In the forest standing tall for the benefit of all stands our dearly beloved alma mater. With our many cultures strong, helping everyone belong, embraced by our beloved alma mater. Hail, hail, we salute you. Hail, hail to you. Coconino Community College, sharing hope and opportunities with all of our communities, inspired by our beloved alma mater.
On behalf of the District Governing Board and all of our staff and faculty here at Coconino Community College, I would like to welcome you to our 2020 Commencement Ceremony. Even though we are greatly disappointed that we don't get to be with you in person, we have prepared for you a virtual ceremony to let you know how much we want to celebrate with you your commencement. This demonstrates to you how proud we are of your hard work, and we want to share it with you and your loved ones for years to come. You will also be receiving a box that includes many different kinds of memorabilia, including your tassel for graduation, to remind you of your time at Coconino Community College. And for those of you who might want to go through commencement with us in person, we welcome you to come back and join us next year. Just let us know in plenty of time so we can get you on the ceremony. And now I would like to share with you our statement, Valuing All People. This statement was developed by faculty and staff at Coconino Community College and then expounded upon by our district governing board. And we're very proud, and we feel like that this is what it means to be a member of the Coconino Community College community. Coconino Community College recognizes and respects diversity and the value it brings to our communities. We appreciate and welcome cultures, identities, beliefs, experiences, and all that makes us unique. Coconino Community College champions and takes action to build an inclusive work and learning environment. We are allies and advocates, navigating a respectful dialogue about our shared humanity. And now I'd like to thank you for choosing Coconino Community College. We are honored that you chose to go to college with us and be a part of our shared humanity. Now I'd like to introduce our Executive Vice President, Jamie Van Ness.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. I am here today to share with you and our guests in what way the college bestows recognition of honors. Cum laude is one of the 3 Latin honors that educational institutions bestow for an academic degree that was received with honor. The phrase is Latin for with distinction or high honor. Magna cum laude is for students who have graduated with great distinction, while summa cum laude is for students who have graduated with the highest distinction. Students graduating with the degree and recognition of honors are granted one of these designations when achieving 30 or more credits from the college and a cumulative grade point average of one of 3 levels of distinction from 3.4 to 4.0 GPA. Students graduating with a certificate whose cumulative grades qualify are granted honors or high honors. The college recognizes honor graduates with a 3.4 GPA or higher. They may also be identified in ceremonies by wearing a gold cord. We also recognize graduates who are members of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, for which they have committed themselves to scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship. They may also be identified when adorned with gold cords and the Phi Theta Kappa stoles in ceremonies. And the college is proud to recognize our graduates who are United States military veterans. These students can often be identified in ceremonies wearing the red, white, and blue cords, We thank them for their service. Thank you and congratulations to all students on your academic accomplishments. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Nate Sutherland, our provost.
Thank you and congratulations, graduates. We recognize that this is an awkward moment and an awkward way of doing this, but we want you to know how sincerely we believe in your success and feel that you have earned this great honor of graduating from Coconino Community College. Along the way, you've had the opportunity to interact with some spectacular faculty, and today I'd like to recognize two of those spectacular faculty through our Faculty of the Year awards. First of all, the honor to Full-Time Faculty of the Year goes to Anthropology faculty member Lisa Doskasil. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to introduce her and read a little bit about her today. A quote from famed anthropologist Ruth Fulton Benedict is the creed that Lisa Doskasil lives by. Quote, "The purpose of anthropology is to make the world safe for human differences," end quote. "I love people," said Lisa, anthropology faculty at Coconino Community College. "I think that they are fascinating. Anthropology at its core is the study of humanity, and it is a field that works with every other field of human endeavor." She shares that passion with her students at CCC. Lisa, like her students, started her educational journey at a community college. She said, quote, "I understand the challenges and diversity in a community college, particularly the students we have, and I miss them so much. I want to be back in the classroom," end quote. Lisa misses the ability to have discussions so that her students may learn from one another, which is a real challenge at this time of living in our sheltered realities. She says, quote, "It's only through the exposure of other ways of thinking and being that we really learn what it means to be human and who we are," end quote. In this uncertain time as this year's graduates head into the world, Lisa said, quote, "I think more than anything, remember that we're all in this together, and as separate as we might feel right now, we're working on creating the same world together," end quote. Please join me in congratulating Lisa Doskasil, our outstanding full-time faculty member of the year.
Thank you, Nate. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lisa Doskasil, and I'm an anthropologist, which means that my scientific focus is humans. I study human experiences and stories, myths, curses, and even pandemics. There are tales of a curse that says, "May you live in interesting times." The last few years, and in particular the last semester, have definitely reflected these interesting times. Our social systems have seemed to be collapsing. Global leadership has been sorely lacking, and fear has created canyons between many of us. It may feel like the curse is upon us as we witness family and friends struggling, ill, or alone. Classes that once brought us together had to part and go online, and yeah, we all know how fun that was. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, broken, and sad. But when we look at human responses and resilience, we can see that this isn't a curse, but actually it is an awakening. How many of us have lost perspective in the past while working toward the finish line, forgetting what we were working toward and why, sacrificing our mental health for achievement, sacrificing time with our families and friends to make another dollar, sacrificing our planet to buy more? These are the curse. Our curse has been one of Amazonian fires for our next burger, the curse of traditional cultures lost in the name of neo-colonial imperialism, in a world cursed with valuing followers and likes over self-reflection, and of divisions instead of solidarity. I believe our curse is behind us now as we awaken to a new world that we have more power to create. Our post-cursed world can be one of families singing on balconies like we see in Italy, and having family dance competitions. A world of putting well-being of each other and the planet before money and profit. One where we protect our elders, play with our children, and remember each other. We can create a world where we remember that when we share, there's enough toilet paper even to go around. Today, we are emerging into this new world, a world where we openly decide to break the curse and design systems to support us, in a world that protects us, and you are our new leaders. Today, we are celebrating your achievement, the accomplishment of seeing a new day and of achieving a step toward those dreams, an accomplishment of seeing a challenge through some of the most difficult times an individual can face, let alone a student, and still make it through to the end. When the anthropologist Margaret Mead was asked by a student what the first sign of civilization looked like in human societies, the student likely expected some response reflecting tools or weapons, perhaps an atlatl or blow dart, or perhaps the expectation was for her to discuss religious artifacts or grinding stones and pottery. But she said that the key to civilization was found in a once broken but healed femur, human femur. In other words, the key to civilization was found in the sacrifice of oneself in the care of others. As we celebrate your accomplishments today, we must also recognize that those accomplishments would not exist without the care and sacrifice of others along the way. No one gets anywhere without the help and support of others in their life. We are all in this together. And so with this in mind, I want to send you off to your futures with 4 key ideas that we learn in both college and in particular in anthropology. The first of these is perseverance. In anthropology, we have to spend months to years in the field, building relationships and learning to make ourselves comfortable in unfamiliar circumstances. Knowledge is not gained immediately. All we learn is learned through the slow accumulation of the knowledge of others. We all start at the bottom sometimes, but even if you are working from rock bottom, don't forget that rock bottom provides a strong and solid foundation. Work up, not down, and persevere. In graduating today, you are sending a message to the world that you have gained the knowledge and persevered. You have worked hard and seen a task to its end. Of course, nothing really ends, but this perseverance is a skill you will take with you into your future lives, and it will remind you as you face other challenges that if you can graduate during a pandemic, you can do anything. The next idea is humility. In anthropological fieldwork, we personify the fool. We have to admit to ourselves that we don't know the culture we are working in, and that others are the experts. This is a challenge for scientists as much as it is for any human observer. Admitting that we don't know everything is one step of gaining an education. I had a student once who on the first day of class laughingly told me she didn't know how I was going to teach her anything since she already knew it all. Needless to say, at the end of that semester, she was able to admit how blind she had been. She eventually became one of our commencement speakers and has since graduated NAU with honors. Real education is a practice in humility because there's always another perspective to see it from, another way to think about it. So remember to drop the ego and be open to new lessons. To make it here today, you've learned to recognize the world as an infinite source from which to learn. Keep learning, don't ever stop. And even as you begin to master your field, there is always another side. Humility connects directly with my third idea, and that is vulnerability. To be humble is to make oneself vulnerable. In anthropology, that might mean putting our faith and trust, our safety and well-being in the hands of strangers. It means making mistakes that we don't even realize we are making until we are corrected. And oh yes, we will be corrected. It means taking risks, even though we don't know whether we'll sink or swim. And sometimes that is literal. It means recognizing our own true humanity and that of others. Going into the world from here, you will be judged and you will be challenged. You will be exploited and you will be questioned. But with the courage to be vulnerable, reminding ourselves that we are merely human, we become stronger. Brené Brown is a social scientist who studies vulnerability, and she reminds us that vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is our greatest measure of courage. Be open to vulnerability and be kind to others when they are too. And lastly, if you've gained nothing else in your education, I hope you've gained this: compassion. Ruth Benedict said that the purpose of anthropology is to make the world safe for human differences. Though our tendencies might be to judge others based on our own knowledge and experiences, try instead to be compassionate. Compassion is needed now more than ever, and according to Darwin, it is our key to our species' survival. It isn't enough just to empathize with what others are going through. It is our task as educated individuals to empathize, but then work compassionately to make the world a better place. No human can make it alone. We are all interconnected, whether we like it or not. In this time of pandemic, we can see these webs of connection more clearly. We don't all have to be the same and never could be, but we do have to find a way to live together. So with the wishes of all of us here at CCC, I want to send you off knowing we celebrate and congratulate you. Practice compassion and vulnerability. Stay humble and persevere. I hope to send you in the world not just as recent graduates. I want you to be a revolution. In the words of Donovan Livingston, at the core, none of us were meant to be common. We were born to be comets. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Lisa. Next, I would like to recognize our part-time faculty member of the year. Star Trek helped turn her into a sociologist because the TV show is all about meeting previously unknown societies and cultures and celebrating them for their own unique beliefs, norms, and values. Kathleen Kat Mcilwain has been teaching sociology part-time at CCC since 2014. Kat said, quote, "I love sociology for many reasons, but the biggest reason is that I am fascinated by people and how people behave in groups, and how those groups interact with one another. I believe that by having insight into how we as humans see each other, will lead to a greater understanding of one another, no matter what group or society we belong to," end quote. Such an understanding allows humanity to be more respectful, compassionate, charitable, and even kinder. For her students, she hopes that they gain the ability to use their sociological imagination to see how everything is connected in humanity's global village and have a sense of hope for our future. The small class sizes at CCC gives Kat the chance to know her students and to witness those light bulb moments when they make a breakthrough in understanding. Kat said, quote, "I am absolutely amazed at what my students teach me. Bottom line, the best thing is that my students make me feel hopeful about our future," end quote. Again, please join me in congratulating Kat Mcilwain, part-time faculty member of the year at Coconino Community College.
Hello, my most excellent, most stellar CCC class of 2020 graduates. My name is Heidi Kathleen Mcilwain, Kathleen for short, Kat for even shorter, and I am thrilled to be able to teach sociology here at CCC. I am deeply honored to be this year's recipient of the Part-Time Faculty of the Year Award. Your generosity of spirit moves me. Thank you. I hope you know that here at CCC, we all work together as a village to help ensure the success of you, the students. All of the faculty, all the administration, all the employees, each and every person who works here does so in an effort to help benefit you, the students. All the faculty work together to help each other so that we can be the very best. So I hope you know that each and every instructor is Faculty of the Year every year. It would take me days to list all the exceptional people here at CCC who have helped me over the years, so I won't put you through that, but I would feel remiss if I didn't mention at least a few. Michelle Metcalf, Carl Cook, Colleen Karskallen, Summer Dennis, Luke Owens, Larry Hendricks, Sheila Tomjack, April Sandoval, all the security team, all the IT team, each and every single member who's probably helped me at least once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times over the years. Thank you. And of course, the incomparable, the powerhouse of knowledge that is Linda Barker, captain, my captain. My greatest wish for the class of 2020 is for you to look back on this day with great fondness and with a sense of pride. You did this, and you did this under rather adverse circumstances, and yet you powered through, you persevered. Your dedication to task and your efforts have paid off so that you are here today as a graduate. The degree that you have earned, the education that you have obtained, is something that no one can ever take away from you. It is yours for a lifetime. You earned it. Well done. Nelson Mandela once said, "It always seems impossible until it is done." Well, guess what? It's done because you did it. In the future, when you face challenges in your life, and you will, I hope you look back on this day and say, you know what? I did that then, and I can do this now. Whatever task is ahead of you, have faith in yourself that you can get through. Believe in yourself. We believe in you. We have faith in you. Have faith in yourself. My greatest wish for you, for all of you, is to have hope. My students should remember the terms agency and structure. Agency is your own personal power. It's your way, and you can band together with others to impact structure. Structure is how society works, the rules, the regulations, the what is. But your agency can impact structure just as much as the structure can impact your agency. Have hope. Be hope. Share hope. You can be that positive change agent for the world, and you can and you will do great things in your lifetime. I'm just sure of it. We all are. And so to the graduating class of Coconino Community College, class of 2020, I say wholeheartedly to you, congratulations. You did it. Well done.
Hello and congratulations, graduates. Being chosen as the graduate address speaker is one of the highest honors a graduate can achieve and carries tremendous responsibility. It is not often we have such incredible nominations as we did this year. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce the three chosen to address the class of 2020. Our first speaker grew up in Winslow, Arizona. Arianna Mckinley wanted to help her grandparents and be there for them. She said, "Ever since I was little, I wanted to help people. I love being able to make a difference in people's lives." So it only made sense that Arianna would earn her associate degree in nursing from Coconino Community College. She is the first generation in her family to attend college. And as a CCC to NAU student, she plans on working toward a bachelor's degree after she passes her nursing licensure exam. "I want to work in the hospital setting," she said, of her area of nursing, where she wants to focus. "I want to start in the medical surgical area." The COVID-19 outbreak put an end to her clinical rotations at the hospital before the semester's end. The year did not end up the way she and her classmates envisioned it. Arianna said, "I am so proud of us. We did it. We're still moving forward. We're adapting every day, and we're pushing through the hardship together." Please welcome Arianna Mckinley, your class of 2020 graduate address speaker.
Hello, family, friends, and the graduating class of 2020. Now I know this isn't exactly what we had all envisioned for our graduation day. In fact, this is probably nothing like we could have imagined. And if someone would have told us when we started this journey that we'd have to finish up our last semester online and celebrate together from an online commencement ceremony, I'm pretty sure we all would have laughed at them, or maybe even cried. But here we are. Despite this hardship that we're all facing, we still managed to adapt and finish strong. And that's one of the beautiful things about our success. It's moments like these that really test our ability to stay motivated and reflect on what we want to achieve in life. My journey began right out of high school. I was young and really didn't have any idea of what I was doing because I was first. I'm a first-generation college student, and let me tell you, it could be pretty terrifying. I struggled with a lot of anxiety and self-doubt along the way, but I didn't let that stop me from pursuing my dream of becoming a nurse. I started taking classes and found the ones I was passionate about. I felt like I'd finally hit my stride. But what would success be without a few setbacks? At 18, I feel like most of us feel like we have something to prove, and it's mostly that we could take care of ourselves and be on our own. So during my first year of college, I was working 2 jobs and still going to school full time. It was pretty exhausting, and by the time I got home, all I wanted to do was go to sleep. I found I had less time to study, and it was taking a toll on my class performance. I had to make some pretty tough decisions, including leaving my second job and retaking a few classes. That way I could better my chances of getting into the nursing program. In that time, I remember feeling like I failed. I was embarrassed to tell people that I had to retake classes, and I hated the feeling of not being on track. But now looking back, I realized that I did not fail, and everyone's journey is different. I never gave up on my dream, and having those setbacks in my life motivated me to do better. They allowed me to be here today, graduating with my associate degree in nursing. I would like to thank my parents and my significant other for all of their love and support throughout this journey. Thank you for believing in me in times that I did not even believe in myself. To my instructors, thank you for all of your hard work and dedication and for always challenging us. I want to say thank you to my registration team and everyone at CCC. I'm so lucky to have worked with such incredible people. Last but not least, to my nursing cohort, I want to say thank you. I'm sad that we don't get to celebrate this day together, a day that at times felt like was never going to come. It's finally here, and even though it's not what we expected, I just want you guys to know that I'm so proud of you, and I have no doubt that you will all do great things. So here's to us. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Thank you, Arianna. Our second address speaker is Lonnie Smith. When she graduated from high school in Flagstaff, she was unsure of her next steps in life. Her friends and family suggested Coconino Community College. And today, as the first generation in her family to go to college, she's graduating. CCC helped me figure out how college actually worked, and I've gotten comfortable in the environment, Lonnie said. While at CCC, she became a member of the Beta Gamma Chi chapter at the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, eventually serving as its president. Lonnie also selected to be a student ambassador in student affairs to help incoming students find their footing in the process of college life. She'll be getting her degree in psychology from CCC, but while at the college, she decided to try some anthropology courses. It was the discovery of, this is what I want to do, she said. So with a hopeful transfer to Tulane University in Louisiana, she plans to focus on a degree in cultural anthropology. Lonnie's wish is to continue her studies and apply her learning to the world around her. Please welcome your class of 2020 graduate address speaker, Lonnie Smith.
Hello all, my name is Nalani and this is my graduation speech. I question every day how I ended up here. I'm sure there are many of you out there at your own graduation who, much like myself, are filled with a rush of emotions. I started out my journey at CCC a little over 2 years ago, and I definitely did not think this far ahead. I was a student who showed up the day before classes started to register for the semester. I had no expectation other than to just start somewhere. I had graduated high school in Arizona, and college was a way for me to leave. My journey had started out slow, and it felt undignified. My first year at college, I talked to no one. I went to class and I went home, and outside of that, I had a job. My life was work and school. It was sad to reflect on an entire year only for it to amount to 2 things. I remembered the day I wanted all of that to change. I decided to walk from the computer lab to the bus stop without headphones. That was significant since I always had headphones in to block everything else out. As I began to walk, I was taking deep breaths, trying to calm myself, this voice in my head trying to convince myself that there are worse things and I was going to be all right. As I rounded the corner from the help desk, all of a sudden I bumped into this woman who was clearly rushing somewhere looking frantic. And it was an encounter that I was not prepared for. An alarm went off in my head. I began to panic. The voice in my head sped up. Deep breaths, in, out. It's going to be all right. You're going to be just fine. Just before walking into each other, she looked at me and said, "Have you ever just needed to stop and take a deep breath?" So calmly, and proceeded to do so. I managed to make a barely audible, "Yeah." She smiled at me and we parted ways. After all that, making a big deal of something so mundane, I was all right. Making little adjustments day by day, I began making improvements on my character and career. I was so stubborn because I wanted to see myself elsewhere in life that I wasn't investing my time now, and really all I was doing was preventing myself from being successful. After getting a PTK email from Sandra, who I did not know was the woman I ran into in the hallway, I began going to meetings, became vice president, and soon after president. I also started going to anthropology club, joined TRIO as a first-generation student, and finally became a full-time student. I started podcasting with other students in the anthropology club, which we named Antholore. I also now work as a student ambassador at CCC, assisting others through their college career. I spend most of my time at CCC now. There is so much potential, not just of the school, but of the students who go here. I've learned many things over my time at Coconino, many of them more than what can be applied to my degree. That the faculty and staff has always been here for me, for us, but if I wanted something to happen, I would have to participate. If I wanted change, I would have to be involved. And most importantly, no matter what circumstances that I'm encumbered with at any time, it will always turn out for the best. I started out here feeling like a mass-produced product that did not want to put any effort into anything because I was either good or not. But now more like a fine piece of artwork that is detailed and accomplished.
Thank you, Nolani. Amanda Hetherington is our third speaker today. She is the first generation in her family to go to college. As a single mother raising a daughter, she found the struggle getting harder to make ends meet. Amanda said, "Going back to school would help me get a job to keep us stable." During her first year at CCC, Amanda discovered an affinity for mathematics. "I had a passion for helping people in their classes who were struggling," she said. So she became a tutor for her fellow TRIO Student Support Services students and in the tutoring program here at CCC. Amanda is also a CCC to NAU student and plans to transition to Northern Arizona to earn her bachelor's degree in mathematics. Her ultimate goal is to teach high school math or remedial math to community college level students. Her daughter is now 10 years old, and Amanda sits smiling. She's excited to see me graduate. Please welcome your class of 2020 graduate address speaker, Amanda Hetherington.
Passion is defined as many things. It can be an intense and uncontrollable emotion, or it can be an intense desire or enthusiasm for something. Most people can relate to these two definitions for passion. Without passion, life can be meaningless and people may feel lost in the world. Finding our passion in life can be an exciting adventure. I never planned on getting pregnant as young as I did, nor did I plan on becoming a single parent, but it was the start of my grand life adventure. While I was working hard to support my small family of two, I was thankful for the help I received from those closest to me. While overcoming hardships, I was able to discuss things with my mom about going back to school to try to better our lives. I wasn't sure at the time if going back to school was the right choice, but I was reaching a point in my life where I wasn't happy. I had lost something over the years. Life didn't seem as bright, and the days were monotonous, going through a routine of work, home, sleep, repeat. I started to reach out to others for guidance. I reevaluated what I wanted to teach my daughter as she grew up. I wanted to instill many values in my daughter's life, including love, being kind, and how to work hard for what you want to accomplish. I decided to start college and try to make our lives better. In making this decision, I needed to know what I was going to go to school for. I honestly had no clue, but I knew I could talk to someone to see how to start. I decided to attend Coconino Community College. It was going to be more cost-effective than starting at a big university, especially since I was just going to start with the basics while I decided on what I wanted to go to school for. Coconino Community College helped me go through the process. They explained how I could get funds to help me go to school, what classes to start with, and even gave me information on other programs they offered. I was very grateful for the information and felt relieved to know that I wouldn't have to pay for school by myself. I could even continue to work while I was going to school. I started my first semester of college as a full-time student, working full-time as well. I was nervous because I had waited over 10 years to go back to school. I thought everyone would be younger than me, and I would feel out of place. Boy, was I wrong. CCC had a diverse age group, and everyone was made to feel welcome. I had made some new friends who helped me through classwork struggles, and I was also able to help my friends through their struggles. By the end of my second semester, I noticed that I was starting to find a passion. I found I was good at math. I was doing well enough, helping my classmates understand it, and was even recommended to become a tutor for math. Becoming a math tutor at CCC has helped me realize that I would like to become a math teacher as I continue going to school. In my opinion, my last year of school was the hardest. Time constraints with life outside of school made things difficult to finish classwork on time, and I was making my life more stressful than I wanted. I decided to become a part-time student to help ease the stress, even though it would extend the time it took to get my degree. These last few months of my degree, boy, have they been tough. I found it hard to work and study at home. To commit to keeping track of time I need to finish my last assignments. I'm thankful to have my daughter and my mom by my side through this process. They've pushed me to continue to finish my last class. My daughter and I set aside time to work on homework together, and then time for fun things like painting and putting together Legos. My daughter has helped keep my motivation up and tells me we're almost done just before summer. While she says this, I know I've been able to show her that hard work pays off, and I know I'm doing what's right for us in the long run. My mom reminds me all the time that I'm so close to my first degree and pushes to keep me motivated as well. She has helped by keeping my daughter occupied during tests and homework, so I'm not interrupted too often and have the time to complete them. My mom is my rock, and I wouldn't have gotten this far without her. I'm also very thankful to everyone at CCC who has given me the opportunity to succeed and challenged me to continue to become the person I am today. A big thank you to Trio Student Services, Kim Shaw, and Ms. Streep for realizing my potential and letting me explore my newfound passion by tutoring other students at CCC. I know without your help that I would not have found the passion in helping others in mathematics. Thank you.
District Governing Board members, dignitaries, faculty, staff, and guests, I am honored to present to you the Coconino Community College graduating class of 2020. All degrees and certificates conferred today are awarded with the understanding that the final academic and administrative requirements, as determined by the District Governing Board, have been met. It is my pleasure to introduce our District Governing Board Chair, Ms. Patricia Garcia.
Members of the class of 2020, by the authority vested in the District Governing Board of Coconino Community College, by the laws of the state of Arizona, and with the understanding that each of you has completed all the requirements of your respective programs as set forth by the faculty, I hereby confer on each of you the appropriate degree or certificate with all rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Greetings to the class of 2020. While these are extraordinary times, we do not want to lose sight of the fact that we're here to celebrate your successes. It would have been our hope to all convene in the Commons area at Coconino Community College with family and friends and loved ones to listen to each other's joy and laughter and excitement about the fact that you are all graduates. But that's not going to happen this year. At the same time, our president, Dr. Smith, and the rest of the staff and faculty at Coconino Community College want to provide to you a video version of our thanks and appreciation for all that you've done here at Coconino Community College. As you go forward, one of the things that we want to keep in mind and we want you never to forget is you are still part of the CCC family. As students, you had a different set of priorities. You had a lot of things that you wanted to accomplish. You had an academic path that was very near and dear to your hearts. And now, as a result of graduating, your role is a little differently, and we ask each of you to look at your relationship with Coconino Community College differently. You're no longer students, although you can come back anytime to take a class. But you are now alums of a great institution that we have here at Coconino County, Coconino Community College. As a result of that, in your commencement in a box, you'll be receiving a membership card to the Coconino Community College Alumni and Friends group. It's a group that we're continuing to do more work on. We're providing more and more opportunities for individuals that are alums to come together to celebrate their work here and to help us help the community know more about their community college. And so we hope that when you receive this, that you'll look at this and you'll keep it and show it with pride to your family and friends, because you are now a member of this important group, and this is the Alumni and Friends group. In addition to the card, you'll also be receiving a pin, also a sticker. And again, our focus is to provide more focus and awareness to the Alumni and Friends group here at the college. Because again, when we look at all the important information and important work that we have to provide here in the community, we rely on those individuals that have come through our doors to be our ambassadors. And that's what each of you are now. You are now ambassadors of the college. We hope that you're able to share your experiences, the things that really drew you to the college, and also those things that will help you to help others find us here at Coconino Community College. And so again, we have a lot of different things that are happening in this world. We live in very unimaginable times. No one ever predicted what we would be doing today and the situation we find ourselves in. But despite all of this, one thing remains true. You are alums, we are proud of you, we congratulate you, and we celebrate you this day. So congratulations and best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
We know how critical the unconditional encouragement and support of faculty, staff, families, friends, classmates, spouses, co-workers, and any individual who have helped you with your achievements. We know how important it is that you thank these people. So, alum, I would like you to join me in recognizing all of those people who helped provide the support, whether it meant they took care of a child so you could study, spend those long hours studying, or they supported you in some way financially, or they told you every day, you can do this, I know you can do it, or they studied with you, they spent time with you in offices to work on your assignments and to give you special consideration as far as how you might improve in your studies. So I would like for you to take a moment before we close and express to all of those who helped you, who helped be supportive in this journey and helped make a difference in your success. So if there are people with you today, thank them. Turn around, give them a hug if that's possible. And you might even consider wanting to write a letter to a faculty member or to a staff member that helped you through tutoring or advising, and let them know that it made a difference in your education and in achieving your goals. So before we close today, I would like to express our sincere thanks to all the faculty and staff members who worked hard to make this a special occasion for all of us during these trying times. I'd like to give a very special thank you to our speakers for sharing their thoughts and words of inspiration. Graduates, you will find your tassels as well as other items in your box. Be sure and pull those out and celebrate with those. Thank you so much for choosing Coconino Community College. We hope you'll come back and see us soon, and we hope that you will share your experience with others as you go forward in continuing your education and in continuing to develop your career choice. Thank you.
Congratulations, Coconino Community College graduates of 2020 from the English and Languages Department.
In the forest standing tall for the benefit of all stands our dearly beloved alma mater. With our many cultures strong, helping everyone belong, embraced by our beloved alma mater. Hail, hail, we salute you. Hail, hail to you. Coconino Community College, sharing hope and opportunities with all of our communities, inspired by our beloved alma mater.